All right, traders, pre-market analysis, your market outlook for Thursday morning, 5/22. We're looking at the gold chart, GC 0814. Again, let's take a look at this. I trained on this in prior sessions, posted videos. Make sure that you watch those videos, and if you're with us for the first time, welcome. Appreciate you being here. High probability setups at our DSR levels, and again, this is the type of evidence that we look for. I want to have a look at this. Now again, those of you that have the DSR levels, DST owners and on the trial, we don't trade the first test of these levels. We want to trade the retest, both the second and the third. And again, remember, when we are in higher time frames, we come out here to the HTF, typically an hourly chart or a 4-hour chart or even a daily chart. Set the DSR levels up based on the documents that you've got in the training or the chart templates. But when this guy rallies back into this 1313 handle right here, you can see we do have a qualified signal even on the hourly chart. So we rally, we go overbought, go back into our training from the prior session. RSI Extreme, SOS1. Where's the market relative to? Ask that question every time. I'm at a DSR resistance zone in red. That adds another strength of signal. Look left, I'm at previous structure resistance. What happened the last 2 times the market tested this area? We pulled back. So on the first test on the left side, that's an SOS3 signal. Okay, then the market pulls back to a higher low, and then we retest that previous high. Now this is a relatively tight pattern. It's about a 6-bar pattern right here. So what we have is overbought, higher low, retest, bearish divergence. So right there, classic example of an SOS4 sell signal. And the SOS indicator is a part of your trial and a part of your package. So when you put the SOS on there on an hourly chart, if you trade options, if you swing trade stocks, foreign exchange currency, or the futures markets, you're going to get an alert right when that SOS hits. That's telling you, hey gang, your SOS1 qualifier has just been met. Then all you have to do is come over and say, okay, now do I have at least 2 or 3 other criteria, technically speaking, that have been met? So for the short entry right there, give us a 1312 fill. ATR at this time in the market was $3.15. So a lot of times we'll look at a 2 ATR stop versus a 2 ATR target 1. That way our risk-reward ratio is equidistant. If I risk 2 ATR, that's the average true range set to 7. This would be about 450 or 5 points, and then I'd look for 450 to 5 points for my first target. And then obviously let the balance run. The black right here is a fib dot. It's a volatility momentum indicator. So you can see from the short entries here, let's just give it 1312 for easy math. 6 points later at 1305.90, our target 1 would be filled. That's 6 points in gold, and then obviously the balance rolls back down here. At the lows, we go oversold, lower high, bullish divergence. There's a classic SOS4 buy. And then we come over here. Here's the retest. Buy it here, 1288. And again, we get a 6-point move off of that number. Okay? So as we look at this, from that beautiful SOS4 sell, nice winner, come over here to the right side, left click right here, and let's tighten it down. You can see again, gold back into a sideways trade. And so look left, structure resistance, previous structure support over here, a massive DSR level that's about 5 points wide, 99, so basically 1300 to 04s, right in this area. This is a big offer zone, okay? Offer zone. So I'm on the offer, or I'm interested in selling. So A, I can sell the futures contract and look for a move to 82s. B, I can buy GLD puts, ETF that tracks gold. Okay? So look left, the swing high over here. We saw that swing high in that relative, or that look left strategy save us the other day on the Nasdaq sell for a nice winner. So here, stops have to go above that swing high. Okay, so stops here should be a minimum of probably 1307.10. Gold's pretty volatile, so it wouldn't be uncommon for this to pop 1 to 2 points above before it rolls back over, if it does. Now again, here's another example of if-then. Only two things are going to happen. Either A, this level's going to hold, and we'll start to pull back here. So if it holds, then we anticipate the sell-off, high probability back down here into the 1280 to 82s. If it doesn't hold, we can go here, high probability we're going to rally right back in to the 1313s. All right, so is RSI overbought? SOS1. Again, 100 out of 100 dentists agree. Everybody has to arrive at the same conclusion right here. B, are we at a DSR level? Yes, SOS2. Look left. Is there previous structure resistance here? Have to agree. Everybody has to get an SOS3 sell signal right here. The only question is, are you aggressive? Do you trade the first test of the level? Or do you require that we pull back and put in a double top and then trade the right side? Okay, so again, every double top, every double bottom has a left side, which is the setup side, and then potentially has a right side, which is the signal side. Again, I'm aggressive, so yesterday you saw me trade a couple of these left side trades. And the aggressive trades yesterday went 2 for 2. The conservative trades, 2 or 3 and 0. So there's gold right there, beautiful area. Now again, what you can also do, gang, is pull this in. We know that 1300 is a significant level. So now on my intraday chart, my trading time frame chart, I can come over here and I can just drop in. You can see that I do have a DSR level on the 610, and this DSR level is coming in basically at the top of the level that's on the hourly. So we have a point of confluence. An hourly DSR level that goes from 1300 to 05s, and then right here I've got a 610 tick DSR level at 1304 to 05s. Okay, so beautiful opportunity there, qualified sell signal, and again, watch for the signal. All right, let's take a quick look here. Let's go ES 0614. S&P took out that previous resistance zone right here. So the DSR level set. We traded above, closed above here. The level went from solid red to red external with green, saying the previous resistance. We pull back down, anticipated support. So we could look for a long entry right here at the 1884s intraday. All right, so if price pulls down 83.84 in the S&P and we get a buy signal, then it'd be a low risk opportunity for a swing trade up to 1898 to that 1900 level again. Okay, so again, let's look at risk reward. Now again, if you're trading the 1000 tick or the 1500 tick chart, we pull down here, we get the buy signal. Low risk with stops below 80. And then a retest of the current highs right there produces 5 to 6 points of opportunity. Contract 2, target 2, up into 1898's recent all-time highs. And that produces 14 points of opportunity. So again, unit of risk versus unit of reward 1, unit of reward 2. Previous resistance, broken, anticipated support. Okay, so 82 to 84 handle this morning intraday S&P. Nasdaq. Let's tighten this up. Remember, not a question of if these markets will break out of structure, just when and which direction. So here we see resistance, sell 'em winner, sell 'em winner, sell 'em winner, sell 'em winner, 4 and 0. DSR level down here, support, buy 'em winner, buy 'em winner, buy 'em winner, 3 and 0. Then we come back right here on the retest, sell 'em, that's a loser, 7 and 1. Don't sell the first test, buy 'em here, 8 and 1, sell them here, 9 and 1. We looked at this trade the other day, 10 and 1, sell them here, 10 and 2, and now gone pecan. Okay, so 12 trades, 10 winners, trading only the retest of those levels. Here we go retest. If we sell them, stopped out, and we make new structure highs. So now just look at the right side of the chart right here. Trading the hard right edge. Look at the value of this impulse move. Watch. Swing low to this new structure high. followed by this higher low. If this leg duplicates itself, where's it going? Bada bing, bada beautiful. What if this pullback duplicates itself? Here. So we'll pull back into potentially 3606. That would be 3 drives to a top, projecting 3670. Okay? All right, now what I want to look for today, if we pull back in 3620s right here, previous resistance, resistance, once broken, anticipated support. So 3620s intraday, potential long entry right there. TF 0614, great mover in the mini Russell. So that 1115 handle, we watched for it yesterday, did not get back into it. Take a look right there, gang. Take your Russell chart. That's the classic sell the right side. So again, I want you to look at that particular pattern. We've got 3 of them right here. Market test DSR and holds on extreme overbought. We retest right here. This is 4 a.m. that closes at 5 a.m. I'm not awake. 5 a.m. that closes at 6 a.m. Still not around. 6 a.m. that closes at 7. Now you've got my interest. I can see my charts. I could have sold it here, 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 or here at the 32 handle. A decent move. Market only falls right back down to the previous DSR here for 42 points in the mini Russell. Okay. Again, not the first test, the retest right there. That's 8 at night, not here. 3 in the morning, not here. 8 a.m., right there off the open. Sell them, 1114, straight south. Beautiful short entry. Buy this guy right here. This was yesterday morning just after we closed the room down. So again, look at all the winners right here trading that hourly chart. If we retest this level, big area of interest right here on the sell side, we can buy IWM puts. If we rally to 14s to 15s, look for qualified shorts. If we roll back over, big bid zone down here, BID, bid zone, 1190. All right, and then let's take a quick look at crude oil. Crude oil gone, pecan took off. We had inventory numbers, got a little pop off the inventory numbers. We have natural gas this morning at 9:30. Again, look at the tendency. Here was our left side sell. That's aggressive. New structure high. We pull back. Previous resistance acts as support. New structure high, higher low. New structure high, higher low. Now we're triple top testing the 1104 or the 104 handle. Now here we'd have to go out to a higher time frame. So potentially a daily bar as an example, or a 240-minute chart. So those of you that have got the indicators, here's how you test it or change it. Right click, left click indicators, scroll down to your T2U series. Here's your DSR major. I'm going to take my time frame up to a 240-minute chart. Okay, so I'm going to pull in my calculator. I'm going to set the 240-minute. Where are you? Okay, so if I'm going to use a 240-minute bar or a 4-hour, I take that times 4. So I want my DSR levels to set to a 960-minute. So we'll move this over. I'm going to change this setting right here. Do you want to use your higher time frame? Yes, I do. Put true right here. The period type is a minute, and then I want to set that to 960. Okay, everything else can remain the same. Left click OK, and then come in and now change my time frame on my chart. Type in 240 and then enter. Boom. So now I've got a 960-minute DSR levels on the 4-hour chart. 16-hour DSR on the 4-hour. So up here we had, see this monster sell at 103.40s. Sell them again. Again, buy right here, out on stops. We go lower, right back up. Previous structure support, when broken, becomes resistance. A lot of our owners trade this new structure low and then lower high. Sell this area right here. New structure low, lower high. New structure low, buy the retest. Long entries around 98.90s. Beautiful winner. Straight back north. And again, here's sell the retest. Our ATR on this is about 40 cents. So from the sell right here at 103.45, we'd go 80 cents on the stop, which would be 104 20s. We pop up. This would have taken out the stop there. So right here, we're on regular trades, we're 2-1 over this recent period. And now, new structure high. So any pullback into this 103 handle, potential long entries for a bigger move. All right, let's pull this guy over. Real quickly, we talked about it the other day. I forgot to update it. Diamond, we had a higher high, higher close yesterday on the DIA, but we wanted to look at Home Depot. Options desk Rod killed this the other day. We had this gap higher in Home Depot, and he caught it right here, bought the puts, rolled back over, nice little winner. And you see now we've got back-to-back potential inside bars. So we could have an IDNR4 coming up here, which is a perfect setup for a potential breakout. Okay, and then let's take a quick look. Let's go XLF. Real quickly, yeah, a little bit of compression there. XLE, oops. Miss this buy. Now here, gang, is a great example. I've got my fib dots set right here. So you can see that price bullish, my candles turn white. Look at as we pull back right here. These fib dots, again, all we're doing is measuring volatility and plotting it on the chart for you. But these act as really low-risk long entries. 93.20, new highs, there's a $2 move. Pull back in, $2 move. Pull back in, about $1.50. So here we're looking at a symmetrical double top against that 95 handle. Now if I wanted to apply my DSR levels to this chart, right-click, left-click indicators, scroll down to your T2U dynamic SR right there. Now if I'm on a one-day chart, I left-click here, period type now becomes day. And then I'm going to set this to a 5-day, so basically I'm applying the weekly DSR levels to a daily bar chart. So show me my weekly support and resistance zones for the daily bar. Okay, so here's the DSR set. Sell the second test, 88.40. Pull back, 86.40. Sell right here, out on stop. New structure highs, pull back. Previous structure resistance, the DSR level right here, anticipated support. Long entries at 88.50, retested the highs for $6. Let the balance run. Yeah, question, can you use these on QQQs? No problem. And again, this is for those of you that are swing traders. Now here's a great example. All right, so I'm going to take my text out. And right here, DSR sets, resistance, we pull back down. So again, this is a long entry at $84, the DSR level with the trend. The big Mo's right there. It's slanting higher, ascending. So from this long entry, I'm buying this at a DSR level, look left. RSI was buried. So this is an SOS3 buy signal with the direction of the market. So right here, A, I can buy QQQ calls. B, I can buy the stock. And you can see right now it's up about $5. We hit $89 previously. Now, I'd want to take part of this profits probably at 2 times the average true range. And then I'd look for a retest of this DSR level at $91 for the balance. You know, your SPY, your diamonds, these are going to look about the same. Yeah, now, if you want to come down, so let's right-click, left-click indicators. If you do not want to use it on the higher time frame, then you come here and say, okay, turn off the higher time frame. Then it'll set the DSR levels based on the daily bar itself. Left-click OK. That'll increase the number of DSR levels. Yeah. All right, let's get ready to rock and roll. Let's take a look here. Markets are open. Crude oil to new recent highs. Beautiful long entry setup down here on the mini Russell. We came back down, bottom right, just filled the gap. Let me pull my gold back down. Yeah, so you see the Russell pop to 1109s, 1110s in the overnight session yesterday afternoon. So we faded back in to fill the gap down here, bottom right, just had the long entry. All right, so we'll go here and here.